Good morning. My name is Jay Rosenthal, and I'm the Managing Director of Business of Cannabis. Welcome to the Cannabis Daily Show for TGIF, April 29th, 2022. Since 2017, we've highlighted the companies, brands, people, and trends driving the cannabis industry. We look to do that here every day. We'd always love to hear from you in the comments, and feel free to visit us at businessofcannabis.com, as well as through all of our social channels, including Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please smash that subscribe button. Following our rundown of today's news and insights, we'll be joined by Paul Pedersen. He is the CEO of Nextleaf Solutions. We want to talk to him about their Q1 success in British Columbia and what lies ahead for their Glacial Gold brands. This week, we reconvened our monthly retail series thanks to Leafly and Vitrina Group. We tackled all things New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut cannabis retail. If you missed it, fear not. We recorded the entire program, and you can watch it on businessofcannabis.com. Information and links below. In September, we'll be back in New York City for Business of Cannabis New York. Check that out in the information below. Great two-day event where we'll be landing back in New York City. For today's stories, how New Yorkers are finding New Jersey cannabis, BC retailers are suing the province, California is considering cannabis at farmers markets, and Switzerland is going rec in a very, very, very small and piloted way. For our first story, New Jersey sold nearly $2 million in cannabis products on its first day of adult use sales, this according to NBC. But according to the New York Times, not too many New Yorkers are rushing across the Hudson to try legal weed just yet. That's because most stores are only accessible by car in the more suburban state, and many in the city are still rely on public transit, and getting legacy weed delivered to you in New York City is just ridiculously easy. But New York sales are expected to start next fall, according to Tremaine Wright, the chair of the Cannabis Control Board, this according to Syracuse.com. For our second story, 14 Okanagan and Shuswap cannabis retailers in BC, British Columbia, have filed a lawsuit against the province, arguing that local authorities are not enforcing provincial laws on First Nations land, this according to Castanet. According to the notice of claim, there have been a concerning number of unlicensed stores operating on reserves, and their operators are taking advantage of First Nations sovereignty. The store owners are seeking $40 million in damages, and while the province's community safety units, which enforce cannabis laws, have taken action against more than 70 unlicensed retailers, they haven't brought any action against on-reserve stores, that according to the retailers filing suit. For our third story, a new bill will allow small cannabis cultivators to sell products at licensed events in California, including farmers markets, this and KCRA. Cultivators who grow less than 1 acre of cannabis would be eligible, and the law is designed to help struggling small businesses in the cannabis industry in that state. Quote, the focus of AB 2691 is to help legal cannabis farmers who grow less than 1 acre of cannabis get consumer recognition for their unique products. Much has been done for craft beer, artisanal wine, and other family farm agricultural products. This, according to the sponsor of the bill, Assemblymember Jim Wood, in a statement. Giving these smaller farmers opportunities to locally approved events to expose the public to their products increases consumer choice and offers farmers a better chance to reach retail shelves, which is their ultimate goal. I would refer all of these people to British Columbia, or British Columbia to these people, because that would make a big difference there as well. For our final story, the Swiss government has approved a pilot project that will trial adult-use cannabis sales in Basel, according to BusinessCan. Despite cannabis sales happening already in the Netherlands and Spain, they aren't fully regulated nor supported by legislation. But the Swiss pilot, scheduled to kick off by late summer, will mark Europe's first regulated adult use sales. Now, the pilot is really, really limited and will now only allow 400 participants to buy adult use cannabis from selected pharmacies. The data will be collected to evaluate the success of the project before it is expanded further. Those are the stories we're watching today. Join 12,000 others and catch all these stories and more in your inbox every day at 7 a.m. Eastern with our Cannabis Daily newsletter. Coming up on our BofC Live conversation, we connect with Paul Pedersen, who is the CEO of Nextleaf Solutions, a BC extraction and product manufacturing company, about their Glacial Gold brand and how their products sold in the first quarter of the year, as well as the future expansion of the brand. This is Paul Pedersen. Paul, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Jake. Good to see you again.
I'm glad we can. I like to check in with you on a fairly regular basis because you guys always have a lot going on at Nextleaf. And tell me how the first quarter went, because I see what you guys send me and I like what I see. But tell me how it's going, especially in the BC market where I know you guys are located.
Yeah, Glacier Gold has just passed its first 6 months in market, and we're very proud of how the brand has sold. We took the strategy. We want to really own our own backyard and focus on the BC market. So in the first quarter of 2022, Glacier Gold is the #1 selling CBD forward vape in BC. We're #2 in CBD oil sales by revenue, #6 by 1 gram vape sales. And I think more importantly, we've outsold Canopy, Tilray, Aurora, Valens, MediPharms, companies that have raised 100 times more capital than we've raised. And I think, very proud of this team. We've done it by, really focusing as a business over the last 5 years on building an IP stack that allows us to produce very clean distillate very efficiently, and for us, small overhead. I think we've really built a blueprint in Canada on how to go head to head with the biggest companies in the world and how to win in our key categories.
And I want to ask you a question about that. Is it about processes, IP, and sort of the efficiency of the process and manufacturing? Is it a bit about focus on the product and where those products are hitting the market, either geographically or where there's gaps in like SKUs? Is it about brand and sort of, bringing in Glacial Gold, which was a legacy brand, or is it some combination of all of those plus some I haven't mentioned?
I think it's some combination of all those plus, something that people don't focus on enough is companies that can effectively control costs, right? And that's what we're seeing right now across the industry, is the companies that got way too big and didn't have a very good cost control in place when it comes to producing weed and products that consumers want. And I think something that has made Nextleaf very competitive is that our IP allows us to control the cost and quality of our ingredients that we use to manufacture vape pens and oils and Softgels, which we just announced that we're getting into. So
sorry, I want to talk about that. So I just saw you guys are launching Softgels this week, I believe. Tell me about that. Yeah,
launching it later this summer.
Okay.
So we've got some launch details forthcoming, but we're very excited. That's a category that we see a lot of disruption in the sense that Softgels are a standardized kind of dosage format. You produce them with distillate. So for us, we feel that we have a competitive advantage in that category, just like we do in vapes, just like we do in oils, because again, we control the quality and the price of the ingredients. And I think more importantly, and the feedback that we're really proud of, whether it's from medical patients, and we supply some of the best medical platforms, Mendo and the guys at Hybrid Farms, love the feedback from their patients on our vapes, and also the feedback from government in the sense that they've been really surprised with the limited to no returns, and what I think that's a factor of is just the quality of the distillate. We've got a lot of IP around removing fats and waxes that cause issues with vape pens plugging. I mean, that's been a huge problem since vapes were allowed, when companies have a massive amount of returns. So I think for us, we're excited because it's a way for us to really validate our IP against some of the biggest tobacco companies in the world that have got into this space with making investments. I think it's a function of, we've been a very lean company. We've focused on producing distilled cannabinoids, and all our manufacturing's in-house. We've brought together a team of some of the finest scientists, really world-class PhD chemists, but also we have a great team from the old legacy Glacial Gold team that's come and joined us, and couldn't be more proud of this group. That what we like to say is Glacier Gold is an authentic brand, so grateful to be on this journey with these guys. And now for us, focusing on BC, winning that market, I think was really important. It's validated the brand, validated the products. Obviously, Ontario is a much different market. There's a lot of pay to play with retailers, and obviously has its own dynamics. We're very excited to go toe to toe with the big boys in Ontario. Our products launch next week there, and for us, I'm looking forward to being out there for Lift and really being there for the kickoff and getting to meet all the independent retailers out in Ontario.
Yeah, well, there's more every day, I can tell you that. Well, as more join, some go away, but it is a very dynamic market for sure, both on the number of retailers that have opened up probably since last you started meeting them, and also sort of with the number of SKUs that are obviously, because you're one of the new ones coming in. And I wonder if that's, obviously that's a challenging dynamic, but is it one that, like, blocking and tackling fundamentals, like all the things that you've done in BC with the team there, like that's going to pay dividends, I would imagine, in new markets like Ontario as well, because you've done it in a very difficult place to do business, which is BC. Going to other difficult places to do business, it seems like you don't necessarily get your teeth kicked in every single second, because you've already had them busted down.
BC is a hard market. The BC NDP doesn't make it easy for legal regulated cannabis companies. They slapped a 20% vape tax in that has made it very difficult and challenging for legal operators to compete against the illicit market. But I think what we've done here is we've built 6 months of solid track record. I think certainly some of the other provinces have taken notice, and we always looked at if we can go head to head with the biggest baddest LPs that have unlimited sales and marketing budgets, and we can compete with them on price and quality, and more importantly, delight the consumers with a better value product, then we can take the brand across the country. And really that's the goal. And for us, we've got some pretty cool innovations coming out over the summer, some product launches that we're very excited about. I think the team has done a great job in creating an initial suite. We've got 14 SKUs between vapes and oils, and obviously looking forward to launching Softgels. We think that we're going to disrupt that category as well, and really taking that same approach. Is we want to put a really high quality product at a disruptive price point, and more importantly, bring value to consumers. There's nothing we can do about the tax, but what we can do is continue to run a lean operation, and focus on putting a quality product out that make retailers and consumers happy.
Well, we look forward to seeing you and the team at Lift in a couple of weeks. Always good to see you when you're in Toronto, and vice versa when we're in BC. We look forward to seeing you there. Congratulations on the first quarter in BC. Looking forward to Softgels, because I do like Softgels as a format. Very discreet, very discreet. And kudos to you and the team at Nextleaf and Glacial Gold.
Thanks so much, Jay. I really appreciate the time.
You got it. Talk soon. That was episode 72 of the Cannabis Daily Show. Thank you for joining us on YouTube or wherever you caught the program. And please do subscribe. Have a good weekend. We will see you on Monday.